Welcome back to Factorio MSX Gigabase. Okay, so I have done, we're not actually at the Oil Southwest, but I've done most of the setup for it. Let me show you. As you can see, we have sensible names, we have plastic. We've reused the name of the plastic stop, so if we use plastic, we're automatically picking up this stop as well, which is kind of, I guess, how I want it, although actually I might make a new priority, so we prioritize this one over the other. And we have these rocket fuel west as well. Now I've come over to design test because of several things. First of all, the construction manager is almost 0.7 by itself, and I think a chunk of that is this unconstructable part that we created at the design test. So we're at a point now where design test needs to be ripped down. The train's redeployed, which I'm in the process of doing, but all of these oh, don't start building it, guys. I want you to take it down. We'll see in a moment just how much having unconstructed flashing lights, auto trash. Alright, put this guy. What else is filling me up at the moment? Pipes, of course. Put them all in there. Maybe them as well. Now let's have a look at the construction manager. 0.498. So we have saved 0.2 just by clearing out these unbuildable bits. So that, I know that's part of my issues with the construction manager. I don't think it's all of them, unfortunately. Now, what can we get rid of? We can get rid of you, we can get rid of you. We can get rid of you, we can get rid of you, we don't need you. I don't need you guys at the moment. I actually probably need a well, let's see if we can get rid of the trains. I probably need a rubbish stop here at the moment, so I don't need you going to rocket fuel design test anymore. Instead, I need you going to the new rocket fuel in Southwest, PQR, rocket fuel. Actually, I think I just called it rocket fuel west load. Is that right? Let me check. Rocket fuel west load. Ah, that's right. I think there's a rocket fuel west load. No, that's the weight up here. Yes, we need to change this one to, well, if anything, it is a refueling unload. Whoops. Just so nothing gets confused with that. Now this one needs to go to rocket fuel west load. Just to reuse that west name. Rocket fuel west load until inventory full. That one can be deleted and you can go. Awesome. Clear the decks. So hopefully that will let this one go. Yep. And now this one's path is to crude oil southwest weight. And this one is going to be given its marching orders to oil 5. once this one comes in, and then it's heading to our new we can get rid of that for the moment, crude oil southwest weight. This one can go to oil 6, and then it'll go to crude oil southwest weight. This one needs to go to rocket fuel west load until inventory full, but I can't get there at the moment, so we will have to maneuver it. What I might do is go to manual, and it's probably not a great idea, but I actually have these two connected, so I'm going to drive this one through, and now it should be able to go there, and that one should be able to be removed, and I can jump off. Right, so that should be sending some trains over in this direction. We have a rocket fuel, what's it doing down here? A rocket fuel west load. That's not going to work for you. Oh, this one has the wrong name. Damn, that should be plastic. Plastic southwest load. Now this should have no path, or it's going to do some weird loop through the fact that I allowed these two to connect, which is probably a mistake, and I won't do that in the future, but I have done it on this map, so never mind. You also probably have an issue and are going to do the same thing, so they're going to go off in a circle and come back through here so that they can line up on this side. Oh. Is that really missing? Ah, that's not good. I'm going to have a lot of difficulty picking up all of this stuff, unfortunately. So what we'll do for starters is we will dump all this extraterraneous stuff into whoops, I need those, that and that. Right. We'll have to sort out that missing bit of track later, but for now we're just going to rip this stuff up. That was all full and it's not anymore. We've just wasted it. That's okay. Yes, that's what I wanted to do. And we are probably full of all sorts of stuff over here. 110,000 and 17,000, and a whole lot of iron. So we'll be a little bit careful about picking up any of the boxes here. The inserters can certainly go. In fact, what I might just do is blacklist red and blue boxes, and otherwise do this. That way we will pick up a minimum amount of plastic and coal and all that kind of stuff. And then we can do this kind of thing to design test. work out a way of handling all of this excess material. And I really should have found another couple of fusion reactors so that this could continue at a pace without causing us issues, but never mind. How are these going? 10. The construction manages at 1.7, that's the reason, and this is what it's doing. We're emptying machines that are full of plastic at the moment. Right, it seems like we probably need to see what we can unload into the engineering train. All this stuff. There's room for more. Not sure what to do about the plastic just at the moment. How much is left? There's still quite a bit here. Oh dear. Alright, well come on guys, let's do the old cheat routine. Pick up what we can. Not having this sitting around should actually pay for half of our new oil in terms of UPS. So we'll continue this until all the easy bits are done, and maybe I'll even manually just drive the rubbish train, or maybe I should get a plastics train and bring it here and just dump all of the excess plastic. The coal and the iron can be used in the make everything, so that probably makes sense. Wow. We're just about full again. It's just crazy. The plastic, I don't really use that at the make everything, but really the only way we are going to cope is if we go to we go and unload this guy, engineering unload. We can't make it there just from here. We actually need to drive onto the other side and then engage automatic. So we'll unload everything, we'll come back, we'll dump everything else that we have in there, and yeah, let's just have a look how things are progressing over here. Yes, the oil trains, the 3 oil trains that we have lined up in the correct spot. I haven't actually put the oil publishers in just yet. Did I make... oh, I can't tell from now. Did I make a subscriber for these guys? No, from the looks of things. So there's a couple of things I still need to do there. In our never-ending lists of tasks. But, yeah, I know I said I was going to do all this offline, but it just, you know, it takes... It takes quite a while, and some of it's probably a little bit interesting, especially pulling down design test. It's been with us for quite some time, so I thought it was worth putting that in to the main part. I guess we're just going to store a whole bunch of plastic in the main base for now. This guy is basically empty. So bots, if you don't mind, you could come and empty my trash now. Either that, or you know what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put this stuff in there, and then you're going to have to take it anyway. Good enough. Let's... Well, now that it is taking my stuff, I suppose I can give it a moment. Taking too long. Alright, let's go back to design test. I got it all in the end. With an empty engineering train, because it acts as a rubbish train. And it was always designed to be able to do that. So we'll clean up the rest of the stuff over here as far as we reasonably can, and pull out the bulk of this infrastructure, totally destroy this intersection. Then we will I don't know where these plastic trains ended up unless they came up here. There's plastic trains up here. I mean the rocket fuel trains, I'm not exactly sure where they have ended up. Rocket fuel, west load. Oh god. Okay, you're in the copper stack. So you went out here and you decided to do your... why couldn't you just come round here like a sensible thing? Never mind. I guess inserting the word sensible is what, you know, killed any possibility of them doing that. So grab the last of these machines, then let us grab all of this track. I don't really want to just leave the boxes sitting around there forever either. I think that is probably a fairly bad idea in the long run. There, that's good enough for me for now. Let us dump the excess. Whoops, our train's down here. Well, we may as well get rid of this side as well, because it's kind of pointless. Which incidentally frees up this little bit of stone. Not that I see a lot of use for it just at the moment, but it's better freed up than not, I guess. These guys don't really need to be here anymore either, so if we throw all of this in there and then just pull back the stuff that we actually wanted, which was these and these, maybe that as well. There we go. Now, rail. Do I have rail in there? Yes, I do. Okay. Let's go to oil. Or let's manually get out of here first. Right, head to the new oil. How is Construction Manager doing now? It's 0.5. I don't understand. Why is it 0.5? We've gotten rid of all that stuff. There's no... We don't have flashing yellow lights. This thing's not building. Well, we lowered it from 0.7. There's nothing here anymore unless just having all of this stuff disconnected is costly, which maybe it is. Still, we have better things to do right now than worry about that part. We're below 10 because we're doing basically nothing. I should have actually gone up that other siding, but never mind. Ooh. There's rail. Let's head down to where this track is missing stuff and hopefully fix it up so that trains are happy to enter and exit from this side. If you notice, we didn't avoid this iron, but we did avoid the copper here. And I didn't realize I was missing this little bit just there. Is that all? It seems to be, and this little squiggle at the end enabled us to connect in here comfortably. And these two look like they need to be chain signals. Okay, so that is much of this oil. Now, what I need to do, aside from obviously needing to get oh no, there is a line there. Aside from obviously needing to get copper active again so that our trains can go to where they're supposed to instead of sitting in here, there is too many rocket fuel trains up here. So what I want to do is actually redirect some of these guys. So instead of being rocket fuel northeast load, you can become, I think I want to redirect 3 of these. Rocket fuel west load until inventory full, and then instead of this weight we want to go to rocket fuel west weight until circuit condition, which is the same as that. So let's remove that one, let's remove that one, let's remove that one, and it tells me that it can't because it doesn't know how to get there. Alright, we're going to have to come up to this oil then. In order to do these redirections. I suppose the other thing we could do is actually kick off science now, and that's actually a good idea. I think I want science to run. It will help the whole factory sort of get back on top of things. The only thing is, there are some changes I want to make, but I guess I can make them while science is running. Let us do, I will get to this very soon, but let us do another worker robot speed. What are they getting rid of? Just a little bit of trash. Okay, so we need to go to oil northeast now, far end of the factory. So at the moment we have only 3 oil trains coming here. We will extend to like these patches to have at least a bit more oil coming in, but let's let everything tick over. What's these? They're plastic, and yeah, they're all stuck there. So we desperately need to get the oil back on track. I'm hoping that I was hoping a little bit of copper might have been used. I mean, we've told this one and this one not to make any more, or not to make very much more. So we're actually running more or less at our 6,000 of everything. Let's do it at a minute. It's a little bit more stable. There's a couple that are sort of struggling. The other thing, I haven't actually fully enabled this even yet. I still need the trains for the irons, so I mean that's going to be an issue, but it's not our major issue just at the moment. Our major issue is this here. The fact that we're not burning up the plastic here is what are we we're going backwards through this thing. Oh, there we go. This is amusing. This is trains at the well, it was my fault for leaving this connected, but that's the oddest way of getting to here that I've ever seen, but it does avoid this, so clever train, I guess. Anyway, what we need to do is we're basically going to do the same thing to this train so that it can start heading to where we want it to go. You go manual, and down this one, and as soon as you come out the other side, whoops, no! It's quite hard to steer these things manually. How about you go there now? You are on manual, yes. You are automatic, good. Alright, we're going to have to do something about that. Oh dear. So, we need to move 2 more trains in a like manner. And I should really have made a copy of that one that we just did change. This is it here. Did that work? No. Never mind. Rocket fuel. Rocket fuel west load until inventory full, and then rocket fuel west wait until circuit condition. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Actually go to manual. Get rid of that one. Now I've got 2 of them. We'll jump on board this one. Down here. once we cross the threshold here, we will go to auto, jump off. That's what we should have done the first time. Can't get in the first two, we'll have to go into the third one, which I think is, whoops, not that one. This one. Of course, we could always go into there and then back up and go round, but no, not that one. Now I can't see. Oh, I can see from over here if anything's coming. This one is the one we need to go down. Right. And as long as there's nothing on the other side, as soon as we get through to there, we can go to automatic. I'll let it carry me back along here so that I can leap back onto my... Well, actually not just yet. We need to get some replacement locomotives and some wagons, because some idiot just drove a train straight into the back of some. Never mind. Alright, so what have we got here? You are on, I need... the problem is that you actually have to order these in like a decent number, otherwise it craps out. So, well, it doesn't crap out as such. What it does is it rounds them off and it doesn't worry about it, but it will actually deliver those numbers because they're greater than the 4 or 5 or whatever I round to, so it's on its way with, as it happens, 10 locomotives and 8 wagons or something of that nature. So now we're going to have to wait for it to get here. This side of things is working a little bit better. What open requests do we have? Yeah, they're still waiting for deliveries of rocket fuel. And we're going to choke soon as a consequence of space science not being produced. We're already down to sort of 4,000s. Probably because this top stack has no space science at all. There. This one is probably very low in space science, but it's still going, so that's why we're sort of getting 3/4 of our output. Anything happening over here? No, they haven't been freed yet. Do you have the trains yet? Yes. Excellent. Alright, so we need a stack of you and a stack of you. Oh dear, oh dear. So sad. Never mind. We've got tons of plastic in this factory, so we can handle a reduction. Oh, I've actually got some solid fuel. And I have some wood. I don't really want to give you wood. There, you've got fuel. Stop you complaining. So there's a little bit of action going on here. Not a huge amount. We are filling up a train, so we will be getting some of the calls for fuel answered soon. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, I think what we will do is okay, so none of these are working. Okay, we need to come back down here. We need to set up this oil system. So we'll do that next. That is oil southwest, the other end of the base. There's our science, rapidly diminishing probably. Oh, we're still getting 4.6. These are starting to show a little bit of activity. We just need a little bit of copper to be consumed. Once we start burning up copper, we have a chance of freeing some of our trains from the copper stack. Unless I just force them around, which is always an option too. And in fact, it's not a bad option, but it's premature to do that because we need the oil supplied here before it's going to make any sense. Why are you waiting here? Because I put one of these out, or one or more of these out, didn't I? Which is silly. I'll have to fix that. So for the plastic that we make here, we actually access this set of coal first, like we would otherwise have done for the design test, which is good. It will let it cycle a bit. Now, we need to be able to make a subscriber. And we'll start with that. Possibly I should have just run the train over here. Paths are good. I don't have a whole lot at all these outposts because it takes extra time to lay them down. Oh, there we go. We now have a subscriber on these, so these should have been registered. Awesome. Hopefully we have a save fairly soon. Let's just stop the recording for a bit. Alright, let's start that again. I haven't actually tried to fix the error yet. Let's just hope we don't do the same thing that caused that error. So I have created a there's a problem right there. Don't need that. Fortunately, it was just a moment away, so okay. That means it's registered this crude oil. Let me just have a look at here. We have a crude oil, so, and we have a C already used. So this is going to have to be a new crude oil. I don't think I use O. No. Okay, so we're using crude oil. It will be letter O for oil. Select, and this will be our new crude oil southwest. Okay, so that is the priority that our new publishers up here will be using for the oil. Let's fix this while I think about it. This one here should have been one of those. And what we'll do actually is make you go manual, push you back down here. Now you can go auto. Good. Because you shouldn't go forward until one of these actually has rocket fuel for you. And down here, I think what I need to do is, let's just have a look at the other end. We wire all the crude oil up, and then we have a, if you're less than 50,000 crude, I think, call a train thing going on. So, let me do that. I guess I could have just made a blueprint from up there to copy this whole thing down. But it doesn't copy the settings in your publisher, so it's only a partly successful solution. So I need a train counter and a train publisher, and I think we better put that guy there. I think it was just a decider combinator, and I will copy the combinator just so we use the same. Where is it? Up here. If we're less than 50,000, we output a P. We'll take a read from read train contents, P to train counter to train publisher. Train publisher will be trains on the way less than P. If not, call O. And that should have called one, and it looks like it has. And we need one of those up the top as well. There we go. Should we just make sure that it fires everything off? Oil's coming in. These things have fired up. This side hasn't yet. What's going on there? Ah, yes, it has. Yep, it all appears to have now. What's this lot doing? So all the light is coming straight up. There is some light getting through. It shouldn't take it too long to have a full complement of rocket fuel in there. Certainly doesn't look like it's going to take it terribly long. Alright, same thing up here. We'll start with this. Which again, I know I could have copied, made a blueprint of, but it's only 2 and it really doesn't take that long. And I'm certainly not worried about the resource cost. Maybe we'll go over here this time, just for inconsistency. Now, one train counter, one train publisher, and a decider combinator. And from there to there, read train contents. Trains on the way less than P. We will call O. And that should have grabbed another one, which it has. And that oil train is back there filling up, and this oil is busy being depleted, but not quite as effectively as I would have liked. Why is that? Oh, we're getting another oil in there. Aha! There is rocket fuel getting loaded up, our first rocket fuel from this side. How's our requests? Silo fuel 1 and silo fuel 2. This guy is going to basically go immediately. An oil lining up. Oh, this one must be getting pretty close. No. One of these is called an extra oil through already. Which seems a little bit odd. But never mind. So that answered. Silo fuel 1 is no longer screaming for fuel. So have we had some more launches? This guy is filling up. We still have 3 lined up here. Did we get some space science back up here? Yes, we did. Guys, we still need a little bit of tidy up. Obviously, these... is that a rocket fuel? No. So the rocket fuels have been freed up. I don't think 3 oil trains are going to be enough for here. I'm not sure if the plastic trains have been... what's this? I'm not sure how many plastic trains. We have 4 trains. So that's a good start. Your coal. And we have a crash. Alright, good place to stop. I'll sort out this crash and join you in the next episode. Thanks very much for joining me for this one, and see you next time, guys. Bye bye for now.